What is the craziest thing you've done out of being hot and bothered? I went down on my cousin during quarantine. 1 week into quarantine, my work reduced my hours due to the 2019 sickness. I now work 10-hour days on Monday and Friday. My cousin Liz, a college freshman, asked to stay in my spare bedroom to avoid her chaotic home with 5 siblings. Despite financial concerns after my recent divorce, my uncle generously offered to cover my rent for the next 2 months to support Liz during this uncertain time. So 2 weeks ago, I reunited with my younger cousin after 8 years. In the 8 years I hadn't seen her, she's transformed from a lanky 11-year-old to a considerate, cool teenager. Now 5 feet 10 inches with a slim figure, she's into rock climbing and bouldering, evident in her strong arms and calloused hands. With just a laptop, switch, and suitcase of clothes, her minimal belongings fit seamlessly into my tidy apartment. Before Liz arrived, I expected awkwardness, but we discovered surprising commonalities. Our shared interests in music and board games made our time enjoyable. Even on days of comfortable silence, we didn't mind. Movie nights became a routine. We'd each pick a film, make dinner around 6, and then swap roles. Liz's presence in the kitchen was a highlight, as my ex-wife's culinary preferences differed. Liz and I shared a love for home-cooked meals, and our nightly dinner preparations became special moments. However, I found myself drawn to her, reminiscent of moments with my ex-wife. I caught myself just staring at the back of her neck, her hair tied up while she focused on some mundane task like chopping up an onion and resisting the urge to gently kiss her on the shoulder. Last Monday, I sensed Liz might be interested in me. After the first movie, she walked into the living room post-shower, wearing just a towel, and asked about the pizza. My attempt at composure failed as I awkwardly replied, "I'd like to lie to you and say that I kept my surprise hidden and acted as if there wasn't a mostly unclothed 18-year-old suddenly standing in front of me, but after looking her up and down, my gaze lingering too long, Liz just smirked, gave me a crooked smile, and walked back to the bathroom saying, 'Well, it smells really good.' After regaining my composure, I found her in a hoodie and shorts, staring at her phone. Grateful for the distraction, I tried to shake off the lingering image of her, but, thankfully, it seemed she was not too concerned with my lingering eyes, and I tried to forget the recent image of so much perfect skin. I sliced the hot pizza, puzzled by Liz's towel prank, wondering if it was a joke or something more. During the movie, she was intermittently on her phone, likely texting friends from college. At one point, she stretched out on the couch, resting her feet against my leg. When I suggested stretching them out, she smiled and placed her feet on my lap. Without thinking, I began massaging her cold feet, a reflex from my past. Realizing my actions, I froze and apologized, explaining it was an instinct from massaging my ex-wife's feet. Liz, with a laughter, reassured me, saying, "I don't mind at all. It actually feels really nice. I went on a long run while you were at work, so you won't hear any complaints from me." As we continued, I found myself immersed in the simple pleasure of the moment, paying little attention to the movie. As her feet warmed, I moved down to her calves, prompting a light noise from Liz. "Curious," she said, "why would Nicole leave this?" The comment surprised her, and she anxiously checked my reaction. I just weakly smiled without commenting, sensing her tension. I turned down the movie volume and shared a bit about my past with Nicole. We wanted different things, especially regarding kids. She desired her own, while I leaned towards adoption. We found out about a year ago, and that was kind of the beginning of the end. It was pretty quiet for a while as we both just quietly watched the rest of the movie, and I continued rubbing her feet and legs. At this point I had successfully forgotten about the towel incident. The movie ended and credits were scrolling when Liz pulled her feet off my lap and